My name is Cathy. This is my co-founder, Nick, and we are part of 42 Technologies. We come to you from San Francisco, California, and I have to say we're very excited to be here with you today to share what we've built. So before I tell you a little more about what we do, I'd love to share some more about our story and how we started. When we first started the company, we launched on the runway of New York Fashion Week. They had selected 3 companies that they thought could change the path of retail and really bring new technology to the industry, and we were one of them. From the moment that we first had the idea to the moment that we had the first version of our product, took us 24 hours. We've had that spirit of innovation and quick iteration ever since, and 3 months after that, we launched on stage at TechCrunch Disrupt. And as Jimmy mentioned as well, after that, we moved from our homeland of Canada to San Francisco to be part of the Winter 14 batch for Y Combinator. And I actually come to you from Paris from last week, where we were selected as one of the top 3 companies out of 518 companies globally for the first ever LVMH Innovation Awards. In the words of the Chief Digital Officer of LVMH, we've built a product that may not be sexy, but it's incredibly useful for the industry. So what do we actually do? 42 is a big data platform, and we solve the problem of there being too much data in retail. We don't create any additional data. We just help these companies mine value out of the data and the sources that they already have. We do this because there's a problem today. Only 10 years ago did we introduce smartphones, and it changed the way that we live, it changed the way that we work. But most of the technology and the tools that the retail industry uses is 20 to 30 years old. And it's just not going to cut it if you want to be able to look at your information really quickly and very, very easily. So we fix this through data centralization. Because currently there's a bunch of different systems that each contain a little piece of information, which means that if you want to see what's happening with your business, it's incredibly difficult and very time-consuming to do that. Right now, this is what an ecosystem might look like for a retailer. You might have tens or hundreds of different data sources, but none of them talk to each other and nothing connects. This is where 42 comes in, and we fix the problem in 3 steps. The first of which is that we take all of these sources and we combine it into a single centralized platform. So all of the data is there and all of the data is clean. The second is our proprietary algorithm that we've built in order to be able to process data, no matter how large the volume, in a matter of seconds, instead of the days or weeks that it takes right now. It runs, on average, about 2 seconds at a time, and basically returns you the data that you would have in all these multiple different systems. So it's shorter than the amount it would take for you to start Excel. Last and very importantly, we create one single platform on top of which you can build any application you want in the future. As an example of that, let's say you're a retail company and you want to build a chatbot. For your chatbot to actually be useful, you have to be able to measure kind of how much sales you're driving through it, how much inventory you're moving. But all of that has to tie back to the data. If you have 42, you just build the application on top and everything's already done. So we'll give you the results, and we help you do this more effectively and more efficiently. Let me show you an example of something that we've built. So this is actually a live tie to the 42 API, and it can return you the results from your business using hundreds of millions of rows of data, but we can do it immediately. Alexa, ask 42, what was my top item online in the last year?
Your best-selling item for online for last year was the Mini Mac Crossbody, which is up 12% compared to the previous year.
What's amazing about this is that that wasn't a single point of information that we just pulled from some spreadsheet somewhere. That went through your entire database. It searched through hundreds of millions of rows of data, but it returned it to you instantly. And that's the power of what the 42 platform can do. Let's try another one. Alexa, ask 42, what were my top 3 colors in my LA store last week?
Your 3 best-selling colors for your Los Angeles store were black, light blue, and white.
This is a very simple example, but it showcases to you the speed and the agility of the 42 platform. In the future, we can do much more on top of that. Anything you can imagine is possible. For example, we can take technologies like blockchain and apply it to the supply chain, which means we can apply the supply chain for an entire industry using blockchain in order to be able to track where products are at all times. Another example we have of something we built is a very visual version of a dashboard. This dashboard is dynamic, so instead of you getting a canned PDF or Excel report, all of your data will upload through a platform that's powered by the cloud, so information as it comes in will be updated instantly. And it also comes with images. So let's say you're managing the store for Korea here, but you want to know how your Paris store did, or how your Beijing store did, and what the top sellers there were. In an instant, you can go cross countries, cross currencies, and cross teams in order to be able to get the answers you want immediately, and you don't have to rely on anyone else to do that. 42 was made for users. We designed everything from scratch, and we made sure that the system can be learned in 30 minutes. It also queries things in less than a second, so that you're able to get the answers that you want before they're outdated. We use an in-memory platform, which means that we can scale to as much data as a retailer has. And it saves, on average, users about 8 hours every week. That's 20% of your team's time. And on average, that translates to about $200,000 in savings every year for a company, which is incredible given that it's something as simple as reporting that we're solving for right now. We work with some of the most digitally savvy brands in the world, everyone from All Saints to David Yurman to people like Rebecca Minkoff and Fry. And these are just a couple of our customers. The thing that we're most proud of is the fact that since we started, we've had 100% retention. Nobody that's joined the platform has left, and we've grown from both a revenue, a usage, and engagement standpoint. And the product continues to do well and be a core part of their workflow today. Finally, our team is made up of people that really, really love data. We love everything from the formulas to the applications to the databases that actually power our technology. And we're here to provide the right data to the right people at the right time. Thank you.